Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you're all doing well. Another day, another vlog. Well, I was here at home doing random stuff really, and I came up with a research that I would like to talk about with you. Many of you know I really enjoy talking about certain things that have to do with some kind of occult stuff, vampires of course, and historic things of course. I love history and certain periods of history. I can spend days, months researching and learning things about like the Second World War. I'm really interested in that era, in that part of history. So no, we're not gonna talk about the Second World War today. Not today, maybe another day. I usually do that on my podcasts, which are in Greek. But yeah, I can find a topic in a future video to talk about that era if you want to, because there are so many topics to talk about, so we have to concentrate on one. Today's though video, it's not gonna be about that. It's not history, it's kind of occult, it's kind of weird. We are into these kind of things, I certainly am. So we are going to talk about a research that I found regarding certain things in our home, in our space, that can attract demons. Yes, that's gonna be our today's subject. I found it so interesting, so I had to talk about it. So I need to put on my glasses because I'm as blind as I can get. Some of you know that, but I really struggle with my eyesight. So I'm going to be reading some things and we're going to be discussing about it, because this has to be dealt. And I really need to know if you think that this kind of things, this kind of objects or situations you could think that could actually attract demons. So let's start with first. Well, as we know, many things are being written and in grimoires, in forbidden books about things that could actually attract certain entities. Our first source, it's actually the Malleus Maleficarium, which is an ancient forbidden book that claims that smells are a major factor in attracting demons to a house. So what kind of smells could it be that could be that dangerous? Of course, the book states that smells of horrible nature are the ones that could attract demons, like decomposing organic matter. For example, if you live close to a cemetery, that could be one reason to have guests, let's say, that you wouldn't like them to be at your place. So, well, once written in the past, of course, in an age that there were no refrigerators, it is recommended, it says, to have an extreme hygiene in the home to avoid the presence of undesirable visitors from hell. Good to know. The Hammer of Witches states and advises that you should periodically air some certain books, cursed books of course, those specially dedicated to the most detestable rites of occultism and Satanism. Now you know, we know, the smell of books, those dedicated to sinister practices, are very attractive to Satan's minions, let's say. So precisely, the smell of demons can be confused with the particular musty stench present in profane books. Another interesting fact, this time from Colin the Plancy's Dictionary Infernal, mentions that the dark corners of the house are spaces, right, and we have quite a few here anyway, smell very attractive to demons. And in this case, the book refers to those corners of the home that never or rarely receive sunlight. That's really scary because I do have a lot of corners in this house that really have never seen the sunlight. I'm just watching here through the camera because I have a mirror on the back, and I don't know, something looks like it's moving. Might be my idea. Let's not lose our shit. So, apart from that, the Malleus Maleficarium advises us that we should keep sacred objects in perfect condition, like religious images, crucifixes, and so on. So these kind of things could protect us in any possible attack. Incorrect arrangement of these objects, for example, turning a sacred image upside down or careless handling of sacred objects, can reverse their beneficial properties, turning them from powerful weapons to ward off demons into real poles of attraction for the dark forces. So I'm very afraid to say that I might have some of these objects at home that are considerably in the wrong position, and us metalheads and gothic heads and whatever heads, we do have some things that are not properly staged. So be careful on that, people. Be careful. We are not in the situation to handle any kind of exorcisms, so be aware. Nicholas Remy's demonolatry recognizes 3 activities that attract demons to a house, which I must admit, and you must admit, that you know of, which is first, necromancy, second, black magic, and last but not least, witchcraft. He says, notwithstanding these condemnable, blasphemous practices, the book makes it clear that death, especially the death of an evil person, acts as a kind of magnet for demons. Something irresistible, far superior to the degrees of attraction that can be produced as a result of a ritual. So, my dear friends, if a really terrible, horrible, nasty person has unfortunately or fortunately passed away close to your house, like a serial killer, or I don't know what else could be worse, close to your house in any case, or inside of it, you better get out of there as soon as possible. The book goes and recommends that in any household where a death has occurred, precautions should be taken, in principle by giving away or burning all the belongings that the deceased had worn during his illness, or in the case of a sudden death during his last days of life. I'm pretty sure that he is on about the bad person, the horrible person, the one that really did horrible stuff at his house or any house. We're not talking here about good people, because wearing things about a beloved one that passed away, I'm pretty sure is a source of great energy for all of us. Although he states the death of a cretin, according to Nicholas Remy, attracts the infernal hosts, the author specifies that the greatest risks of a demon-infested house are in those places where murder or a suicide has occurred, particularly in that order. So, going on from there, in a much more traditional style of prevention, Jim Boddins of the Demonomanie, the Sorcerers, explains that the debris of a ritual or spell, such as candles, for example, says can attract demons if they are not removed from the home in a timely manner. So next time you do a spell or any kind of ritual, just remember to take away those little objects that can interfere with your peaceful life. candles, incense, and this kind of things can actually protect you, but similarly they can actually attract some wrong entities if they are not used properly, right? And mainly if used in the middle of the night. That can be wrong, that can cause you some trouble. Something similar is recommended in the Masticazione Mortuorum in Tumulis. That's the name of the book. But in this case, with regard to anything that one might voluntarily or involuntarily bring him with a necropolis. That's kind of scary. How could you actually get close to a necropolis? Well, it depends on what kind of necropolis, because I've read a lot of books. A necropolis could actually be a place where a lot of people have died. Let's bring the World War II in mind, and Auschwitz, for example. For me, that is a necropolis. That is a place where a lot of people died. So wrong practices in this kind of places, yeah, will lead you to horrible places. Indeed, he says, even cemetery soil that sticks to the soles of your shoes and thus enters the home can be an element of attraction to demons, as well as the prosperous creatures of the astral plane. So next time you go to a cemetery, just wash your shoes properly. Kind of morbid, but again, that's what he says and recommends. Finally, we will mention one very curious thing that will attract a demon to a house. The advice comes from Ludovico Maria Sinistraris, the that's hard. De Demononialitate et Incubis et Succubis. Then the author states that in houses that laughter is absent, is very, very likely that evil spirits can come and stay forever. Absence of laughter. We need to laugh more. So, in any context, the book advises laughter under any pretext as a prophylactic method against evil. So, that was a good one actually, and one that will stay with me. Now, time to take my glasses off. Of course, you don't have to stress out and worry about evil demons entering your house. We're just having a laugh here, and we're just here to have some good time, right? So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching me. I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.